All right.
All right. This is Two Brothers, One State, a football podcast. Got a Georgia Tech fan here, a Georgia fan here, but all together we are Falcons fans. Win, lose, or tie, these are our teams. So
Yeah. It's not been an easy road. I guess it got easier for you, recently, but folks see, Georgia up until those two in a row, right? It was.
Yep. Can we be as good as we once were? We were holding on to the glory days of 1980.
Yeah.
Even worse than splitting at least y'all split a championship with somebody in the 90s, because we weren't doing nothing in the 90s. So, hey, we got our two, and I'm content.
Tech was always weird for me because it was like, even though watching the option was fun, it was, the break off a long run. It was fun to watch. And it was still like I knew deep down inside that we were capped as far as we were going to go with that thing. So I have a lot of respect for Paul Johnson, but I just loved Georgia Tech. I always did. But I also knew, we ain't going to go beat Alabama in the national title game with this offense. It's kind of cool seeing that shift happen, where they are starting to, modernize and bring that in. It's cool. It's exciting seeing where the program's going. I hope they'll be able to, get them another natty. Get it back, because Tech and Georgia's even now all time, or y'all got one on them?
Well, yeah, I think if y'all got two, we've got three now.
No, okay, yeah.
So, but, it's definitely been a bonus now where, for me, it's like, oh, Georgia Tech, yeah, they might sneak one out, whatever. Now it's where it's like, oh, shit. Clean old fashioned hate is an interesting game. So
yeah, that's all Georgia has. They have three. They ain't got none from back in there, because I think Tech has four total, but I think
we may have one from back in the day. But the first real deal Holyfield took might just be three. But
gotcha, yeah. But either way, it's like the 90, that one was well before my time. I wasn't on this planet yet, but it's like they haven't done nothing that significant in my life. Had a couple good bowl wins, got the Orange Bowl, but it's cool. I think that's starting to change with them. I ain't saying it's happening this year, you never know with Haynes King, but it's nice to see them trending that way. Mm-hmm. It is very nice.
I agree.
But one thing that does suck is to see where the Falcons are trending. Oh my God, what is going on with the Birds?
Sounds like, for me, this is my take. You and I have talked about Rich McKay for some reason. He's still in the mix for some reason on decision making. And his decision making ain't been worth shit since he was with the Falcons.
Yeah.
It's turned out that Arthur Bryant is too easy. Like, oh, that's a good guy. We'll take him. Mike Smith. Dan Quinn, Raheem Morris all seem like they could come into an interview and talk you into them giving you the job and everything else. Arthur Smith, maybe not, but he had a Tennessee team rolling when they were buns. So, but still, either way, he can get hoodooed easy.
Yeah.
And talk, oh, it's a good man. Well, you know what? Sometimes, and I'm not saying grab you a piece of shit that's a pervert, but just because it's a good man and you think he can roll coach doesn't mean he can. Raheem's a D coordinator. Raheem went and got Zach Robinson, and all the weapons he's got, what the fuck is he showing for it?
See, I think I definitely agree with Rich McKay. I think he says, just like a week ago at most, he said that he really has nothing to do with football operations. I just ain't buying it. I mean, come on, man. when TD got fired, Rich McKay was the guy who stepped in to speak with Arthur Blank, and it's like, I thought you were just over Mercedes-Benz, so why are you sitting here talking about the next GM and head coach? Like, Rich McKay is Arthur's guy. I like Arthur. Arthur's the man. I like what he does for fans, man, like cheap prices for concessions, all that stuff's great. But yeah, if he wants to get him a Super Bowl, he's gonna have to tighten up with who he lets in his team and who he decides why he keeps them so long. You know,
he's got loyalty, which I respect loyalty, but loyalty to a fault.
Yeah, for sure. No, and I respect it. That's what I've heard people say. You know, post even where it's like. We ain't gonna ever get better until Arthur Blank's out of here. He sells the team, and I understand it, but knowing my team's history, I also know what they were before he bought the team. So to say, like, I like Arthur Blank. I hope the team stays with the Blank family.
Yeah, I mean, let's check record between the Blank family and everyone else before them and see what record's better. Mm-hmm. I will say I hope it's a thing of God bless him, Arthur Blank's old, he passes away. I hope we get lucky and fool around with a daughter, son, or something that's into it, like the Colts owner now, the girl, like, hell yeah, girl, go grab you a damn headset and figure it out, because obviously it's working.
Yeah. And I don't know, man, like, I'll tell you, Raheem Morris, I really wanted this to work out. Like, I was caught off guard by it when they announced it, but I stewed on it for a little bit. I was like, man, I hope this works. I was like, Raheem Morris, he's got a good defensive mind. Falcons need it. They have no linebackers, no defensive ends. They had nothing. So it's like, all right. But it just ain't working. It is not going to work with him. I just ain't seeing it at this point. I mean, Kirk Cousins. I don't know if he fell off a little bit, but Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. That guy, he's solid at best. I mean, I ain't going to put him up there with Aaron Rodgers. The folks in that
but the number we paid him is crazy.
Yeah.
And that goes on to coaching and GM. When you're probably going to draft a quarterback, that's a little wild. But also,
well, and I do remember them saying that they didn't expect Michael Penix to be there when they picked. They assumed that he would already be gone, and when he got there, they were like, "Look, we hope." With their idea, they said, "We're not going to be picking high next year if we need to draft a QB to replace Kirk." Hypothetically,
it was right.
It was right, but they ended up not. They Falcons anyway, but so I get that. It's like I get it because I like Michael Penix, man. He sold me that Washington-Oregon game. Mm-hmm. Back in October that year, that dude was just. I mean, he was on fire. And so, and I think that, I mean, he showed those flashes. I've seen Michael Penix make some throws that are like, whoa, this coaching staff is failing him.
Yeah. And, I mean, honestly, it's been since the jump. And first it was like, damn, he's just first year OC. But on, the more you get on with the Falcons forums and fans, dude, Zach Robinson wasn't ready for a fucking OC position.
Yeah.
Because if anyone's head's going to roll, it's got to be the OC, because seeing as Raheem's a defensive coach, but you're going to handpick Zach Robinson, well, we've got most of our weapons on offense. Our defense should be able to, like, barely stop the plug, but we should be able to score with anyone. We're not. We're relying on a young-ass defense that is out playing themselves. And what's our offense doing with all these first-round picks?
Yeah.
Nothing.
A bunch.
So either Raheem and Zach Robinson got to go, and the only reason I say Raheem is because, well, you're in control of the team. You see what the issue is. Mm-hmm. Well, the defense has gotten better. Well, the offense might as well be the same.
Yeah, man. Our Kevin with the Falcoholic, he had said, like, there's just an arrogance with Zach Robinson that he's got like this thing of him where he's like, no, I know my stuff works. They're not executing it right. It's like, no, it's not working, obviously. Part of being a coach is understanding that and realizing it, but he thinks his system.
No, they'll get into it. The more we practice. Well, guess what? You only got, 17 games a season now?
Yeah.
Well, we're doing balls. We're 8 in. You're less than halfway in, and we're balls. So you got to change, because obviously you've got all these damn good players, and you can't figure out what to do with them. So,
Yeah. And what's weird though is how they'll have their moments. Like, despite the loss, Drake London had a phenomenal game. I mean, how many has Bijan had? You know, Michael Penix has a couple solid.
I got him on my fantasy league. Kyle Pitts. He did good. He had him a good, solid game as a tight end. But, I mean, well, it doesn't make any sense. I understand. I would be more surprised if our defense was as good as they are. But not as surprised as that our offense is as bad as they are.
Yeah. No, it don't make any sense at all. They just, I mean, they go flat. The play calling is awful. It is just horrible. I mean, so I don't even know, like, who's some coaches, if this is Raheem's last year, that you think college level or NFL coordinator, or maybe someone on the hot seat currently that you think the Falcons might look at, or even some you want them to look at? Now, how would you feel as a Georgia and a Falcons fan if the Falcons just threw Kirby Smart an offer he couldn't refuse?
Well, I'd be elated.
Yeah.
But I would also on that. Well, who the fuck's going to fill his shoes at Georgia? At least I know what it feels like to win on one team.
Yeah.
Now we're hoping that he'll do that with my other team, because as of right now, but with him leaving Georgia, oh God. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We gave it a mulligan to, well, now Arthur Smith was supposed to be this offensive guy. Just don't see it. For me, it's something you do, an offensive guy, something.
Yeah.
But I would say our past 3, we tried these coordinators that look good. Give someone that has head coaching experience with some sort of playoff win a run.
They're going to get Blue Chew. Call him back for an interview.
I mean, hell, I wanted it till they.
Yeah, me too.
You know, so something.
But no, I don't know, man. I feel like with as young as the team is, like, part of me wants to see them bring in a dude from the college ranks, but I can't quite tell you who. You got Arthur Blank likes to hire people that have been there before. Could you throw Sarkisian an offer? See what's up with him?
You good for the Birds, but hell, well, in that case, well, fucking Lane Kiffin.
Oh, when was he with the Birds?
Well, he never was, but he did try with the Raiders and shit, but he was very, very young. Hence why he had to go to Bama. FAU, he's definitely matured, this and that. Well, we got all these offensive fucking star power. Him and Sarkisian are the one to make it happen to where our defense could be balls, but we probably score a lot.
Yeah. I mean, Sark, I don't know. I didn't like him when he was. I liked the hire. It seemed right from what I read about the guy, but like that it didn't work with him. It for whatever reason, it just didn't click. He was supposed to be a similar offense to Shanahan, and it wasn't awful. It wasn't like the craps, but it was. It just didn't work.
Yeah, personally for me, it wouldn't be Sark just seeing what happened. And then honestly, I mean Texas, since he's been there, has been good. But I mean, have they got to in the semifinals? No. I mean, Arch Manning's supposed to be this generational talent. Well, he's finally turned it around once he got a bunch of shit. I mean, he's been good enough, I guess, but still. Wouldn't be my thing, Lane Kiffin. But if you do Lane Kiffin, I'd rather him offered a fucking OC job, because I would not want to put my whole eggs in just his basket just because of his offensive schemes.
You know who I say go after? Chucky. Just go get Chucky. That's who I want. That's who I want to coach the Falcons.
I need someone to make them more mean.
Yeah.
Make them give a fuck.
Yeah.
We might be 9-8, 8-9, but at least they're nasty. They're dirty. They're the dirty birds. Like, dog, let us be the most penalized team in the goddamn league.
Well,
good.
See,
Let's be the
man,
dirty birds. I don't give a shit.
I think, like, I don't know. I don't know who's out there. There's no one that really excites me in this cycle. Any names I've heard or thought about? I mean, a dude buddy with the Dolphins. I've seen people talk about him coming back under a staff as OC. But
Seen that for San Fran, yeah.
Yeah. So, but there's no names that really excite me. I wish Raheem could just get it right. I mean, you know, a change up, you never know what could happen, you know. Get Zach Robinson out of there, or, you know, tell him to take a cut, stay on staff, give the play calling duties to someone else.
Yeah, for me, it would be either do that or just, honestly, personally for me, it'd be get rid of him. Because Ulbricht's obviously got the defense outplaying what we were suspecting. Give Raheem one more year. And, they're getting used to offense. Well, too damn bad.
Yeah.
Because they've been getting used to offense and been asked, you've got enough weapons, you ought to do something. Hire a damn name for OC.
Yeah.
If it don't work this coming year, buy Raheem, even buy Jeff Ulbricht, but something has got to give. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's a bunch of young dudes, man, our defense, and we're one of the best defenses seen, I think. Whereas, hell with it. Give Ulbricht the job, give him the interim, and if Ulbricht wants to hire, like, okay, look, offense is totally yours. I ain't touching it. Hire solely something, and then Ulbricht bring in a D coordinator that is like-minded or someone he knows of. Do that, but then he do like Kirby Smart does. Now, granted, I'm not calling the defense, but he's got an eye on it. Whereas the offense, I don't know shit about offense. I guess that's what I got my coaches in place for. That's what I wish the Falcons would do.
Yeah, because it's been, I mean, I don't know. Mike Smith, we had some solid defensives under him. They were solid at best, though. It wasn't, really with Abraham, when he was there, I feel like our defense just was never the same once Abe was off the team.
And when you say, though, there's like, we would go get these old players off free agents, and they would be just enough.
Yeah.
But luckily we had, at the time of even Dan Quinn through Mike Smith, we had the offensive players to be able to keep up with that and make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So that's what's weird with Raheem is you've got basically the same shit Dan Quinn, Mike Smith had. What's the issue? Because old Arthur Smith had no chance with the defense.
No.
Our defense was ass.
Yeah.
But Mike Smith especially, and Dan Quinn too, had at least maybe decent defense. Decent at the most. But offense would roll. Well, okay, we got decent defense, but now our offense don't know if it wants to play on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
We just gotta hope.
Yeah. Hope we're playing one of the best teams in the league, and then they might show up. And it's like, well, you got to do that every week, and that's what I don't get with Zach Robinson. It's like, and you've called things that have worked. You've beaten people, but he hasn't had a really high scoring affair yet, right? I mean, have we had one up in the 40s?
Highest points we scored was against the Vikings on Monday night, but I don't think it was 40s.
Yeah. And it's like, man, with the firepower, I mean, I ain't being unrealistic. Like, you ain't going to have that every week. I'm not asking for that. But with all those weapons, and you're supposed to be this great offensive mind coming over under McVay and everything, like, you expect to see at least 140 burger, right? Like, at least one time in a shootout even. But, like, you'd think so. Yeah, and I think with the young guys they have, I think they need to bring in someone young. Yes, and that's why I want to see them go after the college ranks. I mean, when's the last time they've done that? Was it Quit Trino?
Yeah, and maybe that's what scared us off of.
Yeah,
still. So I just looked the dang. Damn it. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, I thought we scored all these points. Well, we had a good dominant victory against the Vikings. We scored 22 points. And they scored 6. Who looked best? Our defense. We had all them sacks, but all we could muster up was 22 points.
Yeah. Why? How? And not only Bijan and the other guys we've named, they also got Tyler Algier. Why are you having to kick all these field goals? But no, it's always a screen that gets blown up, you know?
Yeah, and for me,
it's like, no, you got Tyler Algier. Put him and Bijan in there. Get creative.
And I've heard that from the other podcasts. I'm like, yeah. I mean, you got Algier a thumper. All right, you got 2 yards. Well, who are you going to give it to? Well, guess what? That opens up if you got a 2-back set like you're saying. Mm-hmm. Fake it to Algier because, they're going to send the thumper. Well, guess what?
Algier going up, Bijan going out.
Dip the damn Bijan, and guess what? He's going to make the first person miss every time.
Yeah.
That's 2 yards.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But no.
So, I mean,
if you're not going to use Algier, well, we missed a damn good time to trade him. Because now we just got to have him.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I don't know where they go from here. But, I mean, it's always, and that's, kind of getting into the history of the Falcons even. It was like, Mike Smith, I hated to see go, but it did need to happen. I mean, it was like that. Those last 2 seasons with him, I think it was like that defense was just awful.
That one sucked, and it was terrible. That one sucked because that was the one I really remember being our coach. Yeah. But really, the Dan Quinn, because he got us to the pinnacle, and then really the players saved him that 1 year from getting fired, and then the next where it was like, I love you, Dan, but damn.
Yeah. It was getting plumb pitiful to even watch them. I still was watching, still will, but it was hard to. There was a lot of Sundays I spent just like, oh man, this is brutal. So I knew Quinn needed to go. Arthur Smith, I didn't know nothing about the guy when they hired him. I hadn't heard the name, wasn't familiar one bit, but I don't know, man. I did like Arthur Smith. I think he inherited a horrible team. Awful salary cap issues coming off all the guaranteed money to Julio and Matt and all them. Came into an awful position. And Fontenot, I think, managed that really well. But Arthur Smith's ego got in the way and got him fired. He thought he could haul Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder out there and win games with his offense because he done it with Tannehill. But it's like, no, dude.
Yeah, he did it with Tannehill, but the difference is we didn't have a Derrick Henry. Yeah. If we had Bijan, maybe it would have been different. But he was also the main one, or the fucker on his last year with the Falcons, if I'm not mistaken. We got in trouble and fined because we decided to benched Bijan at the very last minute, and he wasn't even hurt.
Yeah.
He was just hurt that he did some team rule bullshit. So yeah, we'll take the best player off the team off the field. Way to save your job. Obviously, you didn't want to be there.
Yeah. That's what hurt him, though. I think it's just the QB play. Because, I mean, dude, he had some moments with, some good wins with Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder. Which is like, what? Played the Chiefs tight? And it was like, so, I mean, I think had he been there with Kirk Cousins, and assuming Kirk Cousins was decent, I think they probably would have made the playoffs. Now I am glad by the end of his tenure, I was ready to see him go. I kept some faith in him longer than a good many of people, but it needed to happen with him too. And then I wanted Bill Belichick, and I'm honestly glad that didn't happen now, but that don't mean Raheem was the right choice.
Yeah, me, frankly, I was never big on Arthur Smith, but I was also like you of Bill Belichick, but that wasn't it. I'm glad we made that choice, but Raheem, I don't know, man, because they say that he come in with such a crazy interview, they just had to hire him. You almost made them an offer they couldn't refuse, to the point where like, yeah, fuck it, we'll hire him. Yeah. But at the end of the day, damn.
Yeah. Let's go from here, it's I'm going to look up and see some of the names kind of being floated around, and some maybe even on the hot seat. Maybe we can put together like our top fives for the next episode. Because I definitely do. There's parts of me that's like, golly, look, man, Raheem 2 weeks ago beat the Bills. Have these tight games, but it's like so we know you're capable of doing it, so why is our record what it is?
And exactly to your point, though, yeah, we beat the Bills with a MVP quarterback, the best players in the whole league. Then we get hung a goose egg on, and you're a defensive coach by the Panthers.
Yeah, they get bombarded by the bad Dolphins team as well. Like,
literally, it's going to fire their coach and implode come the off season, I would imagine.
I'd say my top wish list for the Falcons right now is. So I don't know no names yet. I'm going to have to look on that, but I agree with you. I want an offensive guru. Someone that's going to call some good offensive plays. And for all things good in the world, new uniforms. I am so sick of these things. We have been buns in these things the whole time. They're the worst uniforms we've ever had. We haven't had a winning season in them. Get them out of Atlanta. And they don't belong.
Our next coach and GM, y'all got to know. It's time. We got to change. Yeah. It's a new Falcons.
I'd rather bring this bad boy back just how it is right here than wear those. These were nice. I get it. Like this is the box style. Folks say it's kind of outdated. And I agree. But it's still, these are way nicer than what we're wearing
Beats
now.
The hell out of what we got going now. Yeah.
Yeah. There ain't no doubt about it. And I ain't even, I like the red helmets and black jersey. Of course, they're one of the best uniforms in football. But I would be okay if they even do still treat those as an alternate and break them out for special games. That's how dope those are. I'd be cool if they're not permanent. But give us something good. I've seen so many concepts that people have made for new uniforms that are just fire. Mm-hmm. Absolute fire.
Give
what are we
red
doing?
Tops and red helmets, man.
Yeah.
With
some gray pants.
I'm saying we'll throw the blacks in like old school, but like do an updated 80s Falcons look. Red jerseys, red helmets, silver pants.
Yeah.
But update it.
Yeah,
who cares how you do it, but do it.
For sure. So, I guess to kind of close out with the Falcons here, who is your MVP of the season so far?
Trey London have to be.
That's who I was going to go to, Drake. I was thinking one of us would say Bijan. I was thinking it for a second. So I was like, Bill might. But no, I got to go Drake too, man. Drake's been awesome. That dude is something else.
Yeah, when he's playing, which last week he wasn't, but when he's playing, it's a whole different deal.
It is, yeah.
I mean, Drake London's come into where he was supposed to be picked at, and it makes sense why he was picked where he was now.
Yeah, for sure. And y'all comment and let us know who's some folks that y'all want to see Tech go after for coach. Who your ideal coach are. We're gonna work up a list. Both of us kind of present our top 5 wish list. So, but yeah, just a quick. We'll do some more into college ball. On our next ones, we're going to do a pick 'em and everything as well. But overall, I am very excited with the state of the Yellow Jackets. That NC State loss, it sucked. That defense was horrible. Haynes King did Haynes King things, but it wasn't enough with the way the defense played. But I'm going to cut them some slack. I'm hoping they're going to learn something from this loss and at least win 2 out of the last 3. But, if someone told me before the season kicked off that Georgia Tech would be 8-1 at this point, I wouldn't have believed it. Any predictions, I would have been like, they're going to cough up 2-3 games, I think, by this point. So to see them even in this spot is awesome. Brett Key's the man. I'm very happy with everything he's got going on. See him get mentioned with every vacancy as it pops open. He ain't going nowhere. He don't want to leave, and Tech don't want him to leave. They'll pay the man more to make sure he sticks around. I think Brent Key's going to be here, and I'm all here for it. Be cool if they could keep Buster Faulkner another season or 2, but that guy, in my opinion, has deserved a job. He's earned a job, So if he leaves this season, I'll be kind of rooting for whatever team he goes to, assuming it ain't OC with the Dogs or another ACC team. So Tech, pumped up with them. We're going to do some good stuff with college football. Me and him are both huge into getting into the history of teams and doing some digging. And so we're going to have a lot of fun with college football and the pros. So we'll close it out with you and where you stand with your Dogs, Keep
going. This is the year of the cardiac kids, as Kirby said. And honestly, I don't see us winning a natty, but best I see us doing is win a playoff game. Georgia will be in the playoffs, and I could be a prima donna and cry because all we did was make a playoff, but there's so many rivals, other teams that, they've been begging to make the playoffs, ain't did it. Since 98, last year when Tennessee lost like hell to Ohio State. But either way, Georgia's going to be in there, but we won't win the natty, I'll tell you that. But for what we got, I'll be fine with just making it the playoffs.
Oh, nice. Now, and one last thing. MVP of your college team so far. Mine's Haynes King. Who you got?
Have to be Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah.
Dude don't quit.
Yeah.
And even his teammates said, well, when Gunnar don't think we're done, we ain't done.
Yeah.
They'll play with him.
I've seen that dude's taking some nasty hits and keeps trucking. That guy's
that Auburn game, it's a wonder he wasn't fucked up.
Yeah.
He took some terrible ones, so yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that'll close us out for this episode. We'll be back. Thank y'all for joining. Subscribe. If y'all got anything y'all want us to go over, definitely let us know. And most importantly, go Jackets.
Go Dogs.
Rise